Hello class. Today I'd like to be talking about integers and the number line and how it correlates to algebra. Just a brief lapse on what we talked about, or what you have talked about in your previous classes on the natural numbers, what they are, what integers are, and what real numbers are. It's hard to fit everything into the camera, but I'm going to represent those three cones as a negative number sign, and the left will be negative and to the right will be positive. That middle cone represents 0. So just to reiterate what natural numbers are, which you guys all should have learned already, natural numbers are, including 0, all positive numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Now, integers also include natural numbers 0, 1, 2, and 3, but they also include negative numbers, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and so on. Now, real numbers include both natural numbers and integers, but they also include decimals, so that would be in between 0 and 1, and also fractions like 1.5, 1.5. So in today's lesson I wanted to show you how you can use a number line to represent algebra and to put it into an equation. Okay, so what I would like to show you is if I were to take this yellow ball and roll it, hopefully positive 2 yards. The ball will be represented at positive 2, or just normal 2. So what I would like the class to explain or to write out is how would the ball go from positive 2, and to write this in equation, go from positive 2 to now negative 4. It's hard to fit everything into one camera, but I would like you guys to use from where the ball was and now what the equation will be equal to. So as we've explained in our introduction to how algebra and equations are written out, I would like you guys to put positive 2 on your paper because the ball traveled 2 integers forward, positive integers, and what was the distance traveled to get to negative 4. So how you would write this out would be positive 2 plus or minus x equals negative 4. Please write that on your paper. Now that all of you have written out what you believe x is to be, I'm going to take you step by step to what x should represent. As we started at 0, at the 0 cone, the ball rolled 2 yards. 1, 2. So positive 2 was represented. So now the answer that was given was negative 4. So we're going to take negative steps backwards to find out how many spaces it takes to get to negative 4 from positive 2. So negative 1, negative 2. Now we're back to 0 from 2. And now we're going to take 4 more steps backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're at where we had equaled. So the distance we traveled backwards should represent x. As I take you back here to show you an easier way, here's where we started. Positive 2, and then we ended at negative 4. The distance traveled from the positive 2 integer is how many? Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. So what we wrote out and should have done through using algebra to solve for x, we should find out that x equals negative 6.